Myrmecia Brevinoda. Thank you for joining me today on my third video of my journey documenting the ants I saw on my 2-week stay in Australia. Residing within a botanical garden in Sydney, Australia is a colony of these large, red, giant bull ants, or Myrmecia Brevinoda. Within the garden resides another genus of Myrmecia, which was seen in my last video, the species Nigrocincta. With my brief encounter with Brevinoda, it was clear that they were quite a bit larger. The first day I went to the botanical gardens, I was actually unable to find Brevinoda. I had used the website iNaturalist to look for sightings of Brevinoda on a map and mistakenly presumed a Nigrocincta sighting on the map as Brevinoda for some reason. So the first day I was there at the garden only had me finding Nigrocincta around the garden as I was roaming the footpaths. I did find one there, so I was pretty lucky there. On my second to last day in Sydney, I luckily made the right call and headed back to the garden and was finally able to see the beasts I had been hunting. Turns out I'd actually seen them the day before, on a small rock wall on one of the paths. The nests had pathways in between the rocks, made with dirt. I'd thought it may have been Nigrocincta the day before, but there was probably rain or wind because today the walls were opened up in a couple spots, revealing these red beauties. As you can see, they are working diligently on repairing the walls of their nests. I ended up spending a bit under 30 minutes watching, filming, and taking photos of this colony. I knew that this was probably my last chance I'd be able to see these girls for a long time. I was being munched on by mosquitoes half the time as well, but 100% worth it in the end. Eventually, one bull ant worker makes her way onto the path at the bottom of their nest, where I'm sitting. I make probably not the best decision and let it approach my leg for a moment. After she starts getting too bold, I have to move my legs away, lean to the worker using her less prominent ability off camera. Jumping a few centimeters at a time, she backs away from my legs and climbs back to the nest. One of my highlights today is when one worker shows off her keen eyesight. I'm sitting there on the path at the base of their nest, amazed as her antennas and head lock onto my phone. I move my phone around and I watch her follow it, basically staring right into the camera. Afterwards deciding I'm not an immediate threat, she re-enters the nest. A couple times, workers from the Retidopanera genus make their appearance around the nest, giving me the chance to really understand the scale between these two different genuses, as I have a Retidopanera queen in New Zealand as well. Been an ant keeper on and off for 6 years now, mostly dedicated in the last 2 of those years. It had been a dream to return to Australia once again since being introduced to the ant keeping hobby. The opportunity to witness Australia's diverse array of ants for the first time was mean as. New Zealand's ants are cool and all, but never close to the ones that reside in Australia, personally. Eventually, I'll give it a go and move there. Maybe my reasoning isn't the best considering it's just for ants, but that's what I'm keen for. And for my last words of the video, thank you for 140 views on the previous video. First one that had 102, so thanks, and peace.